Good morning, Pastor Brian here. Thank you for joining me as we read a psalm a day throughout the book of Psalms. Today we'll be reading Psalm 76 together. I'll be reading from the Common English Bible. Feel free to follow along in your own favorite translation of the Bible. And let's jump into Psalm 76. God is known in Judah. His name is great in Israel. His dwelling place became Salem. His habitation was Zion. It was there that he broke the fiery shafts of the bow, the shield, the sword, even the battle itself. You are ablaze with light, mightier than the mountains that give food. The brave-hearted lie plundered. They sank deep into lethargy, and the strong troops couldn't even lift their hands. At your rebuke, Jacob's God, both chariot and horse were stopped dead still. You, you are awesome. Who can stand before you when you are angry? You have announced judgment from heaven. The earth grew afraid and fell silent when God rose up to establish justice, when God rose up to save all of the earth's poor. Even human rage will turn to praise when you dress yourself with whatever remains of your wrath. Make promises to the Lord your God and keep them. Let all around him bring gifts to the awesome one. He breaks the spirit of princes. He is terrifying to all the kings of the earth. Well, that is the end of Psalm 76. What did you hear? What did you like? What didn't you like? What stuck out to you? As I was reading this psalm, one of the things that I really kind of noticed is just the imagery that is associated with God. God is known in Judah. His name is great in Israel. His dwelling place became Salem. His habitation was Zion. Just these descriptive words, breaking the shaft of the bow, the shield, the sword, battle itself. I mean, there's so much imagery in here, and it is so vivid as you read it that it just really strikes me. You are awesome, verse 7 says. And so I don't know what else to say other than just the imagery is so incredible. I really like it. I really appreciate it. I think it's just a wonderful way in which we can kind of get these ways in which to think about God and God's love, God's glory, God's power, God's might, and uh, and that's just really stuck out to me. And it may not again be the best imagery, as sometimes we don't always appreciate kind of the imagery of war, but it's vivid imagery, and ways in which to describe God. So maybe think about the ways in which you would describe God if you wouldn't necessarily use these words, but what words would you use? So write it down, share it with a friend, share it with us. Take care of yourselves, stay safe, and God bless.